3:30. Also on this date, at the Seroptimus House at 125 Southwest Dallas, there will be a reception honoring Stella Rhodey and Mimi. And Mimi is going to be 100 years old, and we hope you'll make the rounds and go to all of these wonderful receptions on that magic day of June the 29th. And congratulations, the 50th wedding anniversary, the golden one for Prairie. Welcome to It's Happening in Grand Prairie, the May the 5th, 1986 taping. We're very delighted to welcome you to the show, and we have three very exciting guests. But before we get to that, just two short community service announcements. First of all, congratulations. Zavala Elementary has chosen Ann Ellis as the Volunteer of the Year, or what they call their top volunteer parent, having contributed 1,921 hours so far this school year. Congratulations, and Jean Berryhill as the principal, you have a wonderful working group of volunteers. Salute to Ann Ellis. And the Grand Prairie Arts Council auction, Western Days auction, will be May the 9th. And this is the benefit auction of a very special art show, and it's going to be at 7 p.m. at the Flagship Inn on Avenue H in Grand Prairie, Texas. And if you'll be there around 7 p.m., you'll have an opportunity to bid on at least 19 paintings that have been contributed by very well-known artists to benefit the Arts Council. Following that, the next 2 days, there will be a sale of the artists' paintings, and this will be from on the 10th and the 11th of May. And if you'd like to check for times and places, 264-1558 would be a wonderful number at the Chamber of Commerce to call about the arts auction. And for Western Days, Western Days has been in the planning for 1 year plus any other time that anyone could throw in, and we're just so delighted to welcome, first of all, the past president of the Wranglers, Mr. Ernie Heron. Ernie, welcome back.
Thank you, Ruthie. It's good to be here again.
Wonderful. And Brenda Kowaltney, we're so delighted to have you here. Now, if you had just gone by Deese, we would have known who you were before you married, because as the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Doyle Deese, we're delighted to have a young person of your stature as a member of the Western Days activities stirring a stick for the parade. Wonderful. And finally, the big man on campus at Traders Village, Mr. Tag Taggart. We're delighted to have you here, and maybe you're going to tell us a little bit of something, maybe about a very special rodeo.
Certainly.
Wonderful. Good. All right. Ernie, let's put you on the spot first of all, since you're sitting in the place that was really reserved for Ron Ferguson, who is the president of the Wranglers now. We want you to tell us a little bit maybe about the eating activities that are going to be going on during these marvelous Western Days beginning May the 10th through the 18th.
Thanks, Ruthie. It's good to come in and tell a lot about the Western Days. We're really excited about it again this year. But first I want to say appreciation to Ron Ferguson, who is the president this year, and he's sorry that he didn't get to come in and be a part of it, but his stepfather passed away, and so he had to go to the funeral. But we feel like that we've got an outstanding program this year, and I'm sure that the people will feel that way too when they go out and visit. There are lunches each and every day of next week. There will be at all the different businesses, and we want to say really a great well, I guess express appreciation to all of those people that are putting on these special lunches for us. And it's an exciting time, and it is really, it really shows what a lot can happen when you have a lot of people in the city involved in these activities. All right, take for example, on Monday at Grand Prairie Hardware, there will be a luncheon.
All right, Monday, May the...
that will be May the 12th.
May the 12th.
Okay, remember, our Western Day starts on a Friday this time, May the 9th. And then it will be the 10th will be the parade. Brenda will tell us about that.
All right.
But then Sunday there will be a special program. I think you're going to mention that.
Okay.
Then Monday we'll begin our lunches, May the 12th. And then on May the 13th, Grand Prairie Daily News will hold a luncheon on Main Street in town. So
all of this happens at about 12 o'clock noon?
Right.
All right.
And you better get there early, or there might not be anything left for people to eat at that particular time.
All of these are free?
All of these are free, and so thank goodness for the people that want to put these particular programs on.
All right.
On the 14th, First City National Bank. Now this is the first year for First City National Bank, and so they don't know what to expect. So we want to be there and to give them a good support too.
Are they feeding us prime rib?
No, there is a special lunch that everybody eats on these particular occasions, like spaghetti,
Hot dogs. Oh, wonderful.
sausage on the stick, all those good things
Okay.
that we can serve rapidly and so that people can move on to their jobs.
All right.
On the 15th, way south of here, Forum Bowling Lanes will serve lunch on that day.
That's on Great Southwest Parkway, I believe.
That is correct. And last year they had a marvelous turnout, and so I'm sure there'll be the same thing this year.
Okay.
And on the 16th, again, Independent American will be serving on their parking lot their special lunch. They will also have entertainment at that particular time. So we're looking forward to these suppers. And then we'll have Rock Creek Barbecue. We'll have their barbecue the night before the rodeo. So we're looking forward to that too. So it's going to be a special week for us as far as all of these lunch activities.
All right, now I believe that there is a special breakfast that someone has organized. That you've told us about all these lunches and about the night barbecue, but now how about this very special breakfast that will be at Turner Park, I believe?
That's correct. And can you imagine feeding from 4,000 to 5,000 people breakfast? That's going to be a pancake breakfast on Saturday morning, May the 17th. And 7-Eleven has taken over this responsibility, and they've done an outstanding job. They come in there with a lot of enthusiasm to really get the program going. And I guess the enthusiasm goes over to the people out in the city too, because we had a tremendous turnout last year, and I'm sure there's going to be a tremendous turnout again this year. And at the same time that this is taking place, the 5K run is taking place. This is being presented by the YMCA. So that draws some people in there to eat breakfast also. So it's an outstanding day for us. We're looking forward to it.
Very, very exciting. Now, 7-Eleven, do they furnish the food and the people that do the cooking?
They do. And
wonderful.
You know, what the Wranglers do, we try to get these programs lined up and started, and then hopefully there will be someone that will stand in the wing that will take over the program and carry it on from there. We just try to get it started, give the advertising and all of that, and then let it go from there. And 7-Eleven done an outstanding job.
Well, Ernie, we appreciate you and your contribution through the Chamber of Commerce, and as the Wranglers is an area of that particular wonderful group. You might want to mention the president of the Chamber of Commerce and our executive director that have been very instrumental in helping in this.
Well, I think there's a lot of people that we need to really consider praising for a lot of our activities and so on. The Chamber has done an outstanding job for us in helping us get started. Jim Schweitzer and then Bill Salee, who is the executive director, they lend a lot of support to the Western Day program because it is a big program. And we thank the Chamber and their executive and the executive board and all the members for their leadership. We also want to thank the City Council, the mayor, and the city staff, because also we have the City Parks and Recreation Department that's highly visible in this Western Day program. And so it is a good program. Now, another luncheon that we don't want to forget is on Saturday, is at Edelman's Food Shop. They they will be serving lunch on Saturday. And
that's on Clarice Drive,
right,
and Southwest 3rd.
That's right, and so that will be another outstanding lunch too during that day.
You're going to get us fat that week, but that's just fine, Ernie. We're going to take to it.
We'll get you fat, and then we'll put you on the hayride out to International Wildlife, and then maybe scare a little off of you.
Or the K-Run
right.
for the YMCA.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
That's good.
Okay, Brenda D. Squatney, a young person, really young in the eyes of all of the other Wranglers and those that have been involved in being in charge of a parade. How on earth did you get involved in this very exciting adventure? And tell us a little bit about the parade.
My father got me involved. He
Wonderful.
kind of underhandedly volunteered me.
Wonderful.
But it's been an experience, and we are really excited. Right now we have about 75 to 100 entries, and the one that we're really the most excited about is the Shrine Temple that we've never had before. And they are going to bring 29 separate units, and they have clowns and four-wheelers and bands, and they just have all kinds of fun things for the kids to watch. We have a few Brownie troops coming and a few Girl Scouts and a whole lot of individual groups that are coming. And we're just really excited about the way it's shaping up.
Brenda, would you like to name drop maybe some of the people that are working with you on your parade committee, or are you doing this alone?
A lot of it's alone, but Virginia Ferguson has been helping with phone calls, and my mother's been helping with some of the typing. And the rest of it is pretty much on my own, except my husband's been taking a few of the phone calls.
Well, can you tell us a little bit about the routing of the parade and where the judges' stand is going to be located, or is all of that a secret?
Oh, it's not a secret.
All right.
The route of the parade will start on 6th Street, and it'll go down to Main Street until Northeast 5th, and we'll go up 5th to Church Street, and we'll go back down Church Street and end up at City Hall Plaza.
Wonderful. And the judges' stand will be
The judges'
located?
stand will be right in front of the old Chamber of Commerce building, where it's sat for many years, the judges' stand. And so make sure you smile real pretty when you go by the judges, because they'll be judging on all kinds of things.
All right. Is it too late for me to get an entry in the parade at this late date?
No, if you'll call me on the telephone, I'll write you up an entry form over the phone and give you your parade route number and where you're going to line up.
Is that the magic number of 4834548, or is there another
There's
magic?
another magic
All right,
number.
let's scratch that
The magic number
one.
is 641-6862.
Good. 641-6862 is the magic number you need to call Brenda
Right.
in the event that you want to still get into the parade.
Right, and sometimes I'm hard to catch, so you might just have to leave your name.
Now, we need the magic date and the time that they would need to come out to see the parade.
The date is May 10th.
All right?
The time is 2 o'clock sharp.
All right, 2
On
o'clock
Main
sharp.
Street. Mhm.
And then if you have an entry, you have to be there at least an hour beforehand?
About 45 minutes.
Good, good. And you line up by numbers? And
You'll line up by numbers. You'll check in with our head wrangler. That'll be on 4th Street. And he'll show you where to set your little vehicle, and then at 2 o'clock we'll start the parade. And some of the entries even have candy that they're going to pass out to the little kids, so make sure you have all your kids there.
Are you announcing the Grand Marshal?
The
in
Grand
advance?
Marshal is Captain Naughton of the Naval Air Station.
How
and we're really
marvelous.
excited to have him.
That's wonderful,
Wonderful.
involving the Navy.
Right.
That is great.
Right.
Well, Brenda, we're going to get back to you in just a few minutes and let you come back and give an exhortation and invite everyone in Videoland to come out to the parade on this magic date and tell us what's going to happen in the event that your anti-rain dance does not work. we want an alternate date or whatever. Mr. Taggart, Traders Village, we're just so delighted to have you in the business community and as a support for the Chamber of Commerce. And we'd like for you to tell us a little bit about the rodeo and maybe a history of how long you've been doing this good thing and how you started out with a small group and now that you're going to have just a super Western Days rodeo for us at Traders Village.
Well, thank you, Ruthie. It's always a pleasure to visit with you and be on this program, particularly talk about Grand Prairie and Western Days and the part that Traders Village has played in the past, As you know, this is the 12th rodeo, and we started out with it's always been a PRCA rodeo, Professional Cowboy Association approved rodeo. And I might parenthetically add that it is rates right with the top rodeos in the country, despite the size of the community and the size of the rodeo, because of the time of the year, the accessibility to the place, and the purse and the support that the city and the wranglers and the whole area give to the rodeo cowboys. We're fortunate in having always the top cowboys show up. Of course, Neil Gay has been the producer of this rodeo and stock contractor since its inception, and he is, in my opinion, and I've seen many rodeos in the country as a member of the Association Rodeo Committees. We meet all over the country. Neil Gay is one of the top producers in the United States and is recognized as such. And so the quality of the rodeo, the thing that makes a rodeo is the stock and the cowboys. And the city of Grand Prairie should be very proud to be able to host a rodeo of this stature. We have 3 major sponsors. We have the Winston sponsor, and we're one of 31 out of the United States. Out of 670 approved rodeos, I think we're one of 31 or 2. Coca-Cola is a sponsor, and they're not sponsoring very many of them. We also have Bullseye Barbecue that came in as a national sponsor. And we'll also have the Justin Healer paramedical trailer there with the man that takes care of all the injured cowboys and the like.
That's wonderful. Now you're going to need to give us the magic dates for the rodeo. We have about 1 more minute.
The rodeo is Friday night, Saturday at 8:30, Saturday night at 8:30, and Sunday afternoon at 3:30.
Wonderful. On what date?
Okay, that's the 16th, 17th, and 18th.
16th, 17th, and 18th. Brenda, look out into your camera. Give them all a wonderful invitation to come to the parade. Tag's going to invite them to the rodeo. We've just done that, and you know they're going to come to the food thing. So, Brenda, you're on.
Y'all all come to this road and do it if you want to, and call the phone number in 641-6862, and I'll take your entry over the phone.
I'd like very much to thank you all for the time that not only that you give to this Western Day activity situation, but for the time that you give to the community through the Chamber of Commerce and through other activities as volunteers. And we're going to weave Brenda into all of this little community service blanket that we have going for us. And Ernie, we'd like to thank you for taking the place of Ron Ferguson at the last moment, because we know you're a seasoned veteran when it comes to being on board for a Wrangler. Is there anything you'd like to say before we leave?
Well, I would like to express my appreciation to everyone involved in Western Days, from the Wranglers through the Chamber and the city and all the citizens of this community. We would like also to express our appreciation to Mr. Taggart for our use of the rodeo arena. And as he mentioned, this is one of the outstanding rodeos of the country. And we want to make sure that people come and be a part of our rodeo. There will be areas that there are ticket sales. You can get your ticket sales at several different areas. And if you buy your tickets in advance, you can get money off of that, and then plus have free parking. And I also want to mention that out of each one of the tickets that we sell, 50 cents of this particular money goes to United Charity, a local charity here in Grand Prairie. So we want people to understand that if they buy a rodeo ticket, they're supporting a charity here too also.
Thank you.
And looking forward to it.
Appreciate it. Remember to mark your calendar for the 11th of May, which is a very special church day at H.H. Chambers Auditorium at 6 o'clock p.m. And thank you all, and we'll be right back.
Something going on every day during the 11th Annual Grand Prairie Chamber of Commerce's Western Days celebration, May 10th through 18th. See a parade, a Western art show, a fiddler's contest, an arts and crafts fair, take a free hayride, enjoy a free lunch, and more, all courtesy of the business community. Highlighted by the PRCA Rodeo on May 16th, 17th, and 18th. This is one of the finest pro rodeos in the entire country. For more information on activities and rodeo tickets, call the Chamber at 264-1558.
Welcome back to our show. We have a very exciting guest, and we're not even going to do any of our community service announcements, but we're going to let her talk as much as she would like about a historic event that is happening in Grand Prairie. Gail Plattner, as the chairman of the Grand Prairie Historical Commission, a past president of the Grand Prairie Historical Organization, and now chairman of a very special event. Would you talk to us a little bit about what's going on?
Sure, Ruthie, I'd love to. Well, every year we've had an annual tour of old homes, and we combine some of our city-owned historical structures and privately owned homes. And this year we've decided to get on the wagon with the Western Days people and have our tour on Saturday, May 10th. Now, we don't want anyone to miss the parade, but our tour is going to start at noon and proceed till 4 o'clock. So if you want to come just before or just after the parade, we'd be glad for you to come by and see these old houses. Now this year, Ruthie, we have 3 homes, and they're all privately owned, and they're being restored lovingly by the people who live in them. What one would do would go and purchase their ticket at the Dr. Copeland home at 125 Southwest Dallas Street. And that has become the headquarters for the Grand Prairie Historical Commission museum. Now the city has 3 buildings that comprise the museum, but the Copeland home is our headquarters. So we'd love for you to come by Saturday at 11:30, purchase your tickets there. And you will be able to go inside the Copeland home, look all around to your heart's content. The tickets will be $5 a piece, and the money that we raise is going to be used to restore another of the city-owned structures, which is the Jordan Bowles home. Now, for those of you who don't know, this one has a Texas historic landmark and previously was a farm home and also a stagecoach stop, and it just needs a lot of attention. And we've been raising money and put it into the Dr. Copeland home, and now it's time for us to turn our attention to the Jordan Bowles home and restore it to its original condition. And so we have a big project ahead of us, and we'd like to raise lots of money for that. Now, if you are a senior citizen or a student, instead of paying $5, you may buy a $2 ticket, and it entitles you to the same benefits. Once you have your ticket, you'll pick up a brochure and a map, and all the addresses for the tour homes will be on that brochure, also with some history about them. Now, one of the homes is located near I-30 in North Carrier, and it isn't an old home, but it is a reproduction of an old home. The people who live there restored one old home, and they decided it takes a lot of energy, and even though they wanted to live in an old house, when they moved to Grand Prairie, they couldn't find just the one that they wanted. So they built one, and it's just filled with antiques. It's very lovely, and it'll be a real treat for anyone who likes an old home to see this one. The other two older homes, one was built in 1907 and one in 1912. Just about the only thing they have in common is that they're both yellow, but they're in the Moore North Street neighborhood, just north of downtown, just north of the parade. So we feel like if you want to make it a day of fun, you can come downtown and take our tour, go to the parade, also go to the Arts and Crafts Fair at City Hall Plaza, and it can just be a real fun day for the family.
Wonderful. And Gail, as the president of the Historical Commission, along with your responsibility of taking care of the two homes that you've mentioned, I believe that you also have another under your wing, the Cottonwood, the Goodwin Cabin in Cottonwood Park.
That's right. That's right. That is the third city-owned historic structure, and all three of our historic structures have Texas landmarks as well as city historic landmarks.
That's great.
Very proud of all of them.
Now, Gail, to do all of this good work, it's done under the direction not only of the Historical Commission, but the Historical Organization. Are you looking for members for that?
Oh, always. Our dues are just $10 a year, and we welcome anyone who wants to join the club, the Grand Prairie Historical Organization. And they are the fundraising branch of the Historical Commission, you might say. And so they're actually the host for this tour.
Are you doing any research through your commission on additional state markers or Grand Prairie significant landmarks at this time?
Yes, we are. We have designated, I think, 39 of our 50 city historic landmarks. And so we are encouraging, we've done our research and our surveys, and there are specific people that we are encouraging to apply for city landmarks. Also, there are several state historical landmarks in the process. They've gone through our commission, we forwarded them to the county, and then they'll go to the state. And there are individuals primarily who work on these markers. And right now, Mr. Buck Smith has been working on the Jordan Height Cemetery research. It's many early pioneer citizens are buried there, and it's very interesting to see what he's discovered.
And we would like to report to you that yesterday we received a letter back from the state. They have received Old Southland Cemetery's application, and we'll be hearing back from them one of these days. So it's in their hands now for their review. So
That's
we're another
great.
step in the right direction.
That's
aren't
right.
we?
Southland Cemetery was thoroughly researched and lovingly documented by Ruthie Jackson. And I apologize for failing to mention that one. We sent that off to the county a few months ago.
Yes. We're hoping that that will be finished in the sesquicentennial year, but who knows with the state.
Well, we hope
and
so.
Gail, would you like to look out into your camera one more time and give everyone a very personal invitation to come to your special place, the house on 125 Southwest Dallas?
That's right. Please come to the Copeland home on Saturday. Purchase your tickets as early as 11:30, but anytime during the afternoon. And we'd love to have you come out. This will be a real treat. There are historical items in these homes. They're well decorated, they're lovingly restored, and there's a lot to see and a lot of good ideas you might get for your own home.
You might give them a landmark that the Memorial Center, Veterans Center, is right around the corner from the Copeland home.
That's right. Southwest Dallas Street turns west off of North Center, South Center, excuse me, right at the Veterans Memorial Center, and it's very easy. The little home is easy to spot now because we've painted it a real pretty shade of blue. And you'll see it there with the state marker right in the front yard.
All right, Gail, if you would remain with us on the set for just a few minutes. We have a little bit of time left, and we have a couple of three wonderful announcements, and then we'll come back to you one more time before we leave and let you remind them one additional time that you need their support in this special day during the Western Day activities. And the Grand Prairie School Board will be meeting at 8:00 p.m. at 202 College Street on May the 8th. That's this coming Thursday, as we're making this tape for you on Monday. Thursday is the school board meeting. It is open to the public, and this is going to be a very exciting meeting with some new school board members there. And we would like to congratulate Erica Tracy. She is the very youngest volunteer. She has received an eye care pen from the Great Southwest Convalescent Center. Congratulations to Erica Tracy. And to Fern Thompson. Fern Thompson is a member of the AARP number 954, and she received the very first annual National Community Service Award. Maud Lee is their president and has said that this is a very, very exciting salute to a lady who has done very much for the American Association of Retired Persons. Fern Thompson, we're very proud of you, and congratulations again. And thanks to the Naval Air Station. They have donated their old chapel to the St. Joseph's Episcopal Church, and this is a very exciting thing. When we attended the dedication of the new chapel at the Naval Air Station, we asked Captain Naughton if the historical organization could have this old chapel, and he said he would think about it. And in the meantime, we found some church that wanted to move this building, restore it, and use it as a basic for their new building, and it will continue to be a historic chapel on the site where they will relocate it out near I-20. Congratulations and thanks, Captain Naughton of the Naval Air Station. The Grand Prairie Sesquicentennial calendar is certainly working with you in that area. Ms. Donegan, was he one of your students?
Yes, he was. As a matter of fact, he was our very first recipient of the Outstanding Television Student Award.
Well, is there anything that you'd like to say? We have one more minute. If you'd look out into your camera, Billy Donegan, and tell everyone how exciting it is to be an instructor in one of the greatest classes in Grand Prairie.
Well, thank you. I would love to. I really do appreciate the honor that Ruthie has given to the students and to myself in the scholarship, and the opportunity that we've had to work at Storer Cable and the experiences they've had. You know, teachers have taken a lot of negative publicity, and like Don says, it's wonderful to be able to work at a job that you love, and I love this job, and it's the students that make it worthwhile.
Wonderful. And Chris, is there anything that you would like to say to Storer Cable TV and the judges for selecting you as the top recipient?
Thanks a lot.
Wasn't that an extensive thanks a lot? But I know that it means more than just the length of his message, because it's a distinct honor to receive that, and we're so proud of you, Chris. And we know you're going to go far and do all of these good things. And now it's time to end the show, and you know how we traditionally do it.
Yes,
this is Ruthie Jackson reminding you, and it's
happening in Grand Prairie.